Time is a strange thing. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but it actually has been 3 months since I've had an eating fruit with the trees. And I have some differences. I got braces. Braces experience 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. Well, I give it a 1.5 out of 10, only because it fixes your teeth. Everything else about it sucks. Welcome back to Eating Fruit with the Trees. As always, I have my trees with me. My kitty is with me today. I need to give her some outside time. And today, I have some blueberries and a mango. So today, I want to talk about herbalism and spirituality. I am an embodiment of the two and how I mesh them together all the time, and how most of the things that I create, 99.9% of the things that I create in my herbal kitchen, I am creating with a spiritual energy attached to it. Here's my other handsome baby. Say hi. He's so cute. I have been traveling so much in the past couple of months. I think that's why I haven't been able to really settle and do a proper eating fruit with the trees. It is officially winter in Mexico, so it is time for long sleeves and long pants. We're never going to wear coats. We're never going to wear winter boots, and it's never going to snow. We all know that herbalism dates back to ancient times. Our ancestors used herbs for any and everything under the sun. If you have a cough, there's an herb for that. If you have a headache, there's an herb for that. If you want to get pregnant, there's an herb for that. If you want to attract a husband, there's an herb for that. If you want to attract more money and more abundance in your life, there's an herb for that. So herbalism goes beyond the physical. It moves into the spiritual realm. Every single herb has a beautiful spiritual intelligence. When you activate or communicate the spiritual intelligence of your herb, you are able to wake it up and allow it to work for you. And when you understand the spiritual intelligence of the herbs, you can then use the herbs for your advantage in the physical and the spiritual realms. We are capable of using our own magic to wake up and activate these spiritual properties of the herbs and allow them to work for us and work through us. Even at your basic level of Christianity, I'm not going to get too much into religion, but when you talk about religious things, and even in the Bible, there was offerings of frankincense and myrrh, which is herbs that we still use today to invite certain types of spiritual energy and to also cleanse energy in and out of our homes. We are going to talk about marijuana as an herb plant. Marijuana is a plant that contains THC. The THC in marijuana can activate our natural DMT in our brains, and this DMT can bring us to a spiritual elevation, right? Mentally and embodying. Anyone who has ever tried THC in any form knows that it will literally lift you into different spaces. I have actually been on THC trips, we can call it a THC trip, that actually felt like spiritual elevations and spiritual enlightenments. This is my kitty. Kitty, okay. Never mind. She's not interested in being on camera. She's too bougie. A couple of main things that I incorporate herbalism and spirituality. I clean my house with herbs. I use the intelligence of some of the herbs that are meant for protecting and cleansing, withdrawing bad energy, and also inviting in good energy, inviting in abundance. I use these herbs, sage, cinnamon, myrrh. How I use it, I'll let you in on a little secret. Sometimes I'll create a spiritual floor wash. I actually have a couple of videos posted somewhere on one of my pages about how to create a spiritual floor wash, definitely on my TikTok for sure. And things like this is how I use the herbs to create a spiritual space. I use herbs like mugwort in my floor wash. Mugwort is an herb that also helps ward off spirits and spells, bad spirits and hexes and spells. Another way I use herbalism and mesh it with spirituality is doing spiritual baths. A lot of people already know about spiritual baths, and a spiritual bath is pretty much when you wash your body. We know about the cleansing. It's like a baptism. We cleanse our bodies and we cleanse our spirits with water, because water is the all of all. I usually incorporate some herbs and some other properties and tools like milk. You can use oat milk, goat milk, these different type of milks. And I also add whatever essence that I want to create, whatever vibe that I'm trying to put out there. And so let's say if it was a love bath, for example, I would use herbs like rose because rose is an attraction of love. If I wanted to cleanse myself of money blockages, I would use herbs like cinnamon or clove or basil. You can also use herbs as an offering to the ancestors or to the Orishas. For example, tobacco. I use tobacco as an herb to offer to my ancestors. I let this ripe up a bit. Ooh, it's so good. Ooh, so good. I also use the herbs to tap into its spiritual intelligence by doing Yoni steams. Yoni steams is a very sacred practice that has been going on for generations and generations. Not only is it good for health reasons like fibroids, tumors, cleaning out any bacteria in your vagina and re-regulating your pH, but it is so good for healing the trauma in your wound, connecting with your wound space on a spiritual level. It's good for reclaiming your portal energy. This is where life comes from. This is where life is created and generated. And so we have to keep this space so sacred. In order to connect with this space, we do rituals like steaming the vagina with these herbal properties. Every time I do a Yoni steam service for one of my clients or one of my beautiful ladies, I always explain to them the spiritual intelligence of these herbs. Whatever you tell these herbs to do, they will do. And so I tell her to whisper, scream, yell, talk, telepathically send messages to the herbs on what exactly you want to work with, what do you want to heal, and tell it what you want it to do. Because when you whisper to these herbs and when you tell the herbs what you want it to do, it will do that for you. So that's another beautiful spiritual integration of herbalism and spirituality that I love to do all the time. I'm doing them 3-4 times a month. I love it. A simple practice is just talking to the herbs. So even if I'm making a basic cup of tea and I'm drinking the tea for pleasure, I'll talk to the herb and say, this is for pleasure. Boost my endorphins, boost my dopamine, boost it in me so I can feel pleasure. Speaking to your herbs every day, speaking to your teacup every day right before you drink it, whispering affirmations right before you drink it will literally 10x the experience of your herbal remedy. This is also proven in other ways, right? There's experiments done where like we put some fruit or whatever in a bottle, speak to it. One is with positive affirmations and one is with negative affirmations. And we always see the one with positive affirmations flourishing and the one with negative affirmations diminishing. And so when you think of that, plus adding the knowledge of knowing that these herbs have spiritual intelligence and they have wisdom, it's like that this is working, that this is going to work for you. And even if you are skeptical about it, what's wrong with trying it? Try it and see what happens. So I'm going to run through my favorite herbs to use for spiritual practices. Number one favorite herb to use is cinnamon because I love manifesting abundance and money. Always got money flowing in, always got money flowing to me. Rose, Damiana, mugwort, sage. Of course, sage. I can't believe sage wasn't the first one. I'm using sage all the time. Sage, Paleo Santo. Those are the only ones I could think off the top of my head. But those are the ones I use the most. I'm using these herbs every day. I mean, I'm talking every day. Like almost every day I'm using cinnamon because I like to burn cinnamon incense because it smells so good in my house. I ain't gonna tell you everything I'm doing because I don't need any evil eyes trying to block my blessings. But these are things that you can add to your everyday herbal regimens. You want to deep dive into herbalism? It's like I'm already playing with herbalism. Like let's incorporate spiritual practices in the herbalism. Beautiful experience. I love it. It's my favorite thing. And I will not lead you guys astray. Okay, I'm going to be on my eating fruit with the trees monthly, like I need to be doing. It helps me really eat more fruit, and it also helps me tap into talking more about herbs and being more connected with my herbal practices. You came to say goodbye. Say goodbye to the people. Say bye. This is a different cat than the first cat. This is my Kitkat girl. Say bye, people. I want to go upstairs. Take me to the house. I'm outside babysitting the cats. I don't know why I brought these cats outside with me today. Go sit down. Let me finish. Stop. Why would you do that? Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you on the next episode. Peace.